Do you guys see the Logan Paul Conor McGregor wins in that fight? I think Logan Paul.
I mean, we haven't seen Conor fight in a while.
I feel like Logan Paul at his size, when he fought Floyd too, that was years ago. He's like been training. He's in insane shape.
Man, I wish Conor wasn't doing these types of.
Conor McGregor has responded to Logan Paul's fight offer. After Conor backed his training partner Dylan Dennis to beat Logan Paul ahead of their fight, Logan has now called out Conor McGregor, saying he's next after he'll knock out Dylan Dennis. This is what Conor had to say about the call out.
Logan said you might be next. Would you be
Slap the nose off. He's gonna beat Dylan. He's gonna beat Logan.
Logan has since offered Conor a $1 million bet that he'll beat Dylan.
Conor McGregor has never been one to hold back his opinions, and Logan Paul's latest training footage has caught the Irish fighter's attention. Known for his sharp tongue and keen eye for detail, McGregor shared his thoughts on Paul's progress as the YouTuber turned boxer prepares for his next big fight. Logan's intense training sessions, showcasing his improved technique and power, have sparked conversations across the combat sports world, and McGregor's reaction is no exception. Fans eagerly tuned in to hear whether the Notorious was impressed, critical, or ready to challenge the social media star himself.
Real thing over here. I think these WWE guys think this is, they are not right in the head, some of them. I mean what's the main guy, John Cena? He's wanting around, he's 40. Yeah, he's 40 years of age. He's wanting around in a luminous orange t-shirt and a headband, talking about nobody can see him. We can see him right there. He's a big fat 40-year-old failed Mr. Olympian motherfucker. I mean, they're dweebs, those guys. This is the real shit. I've got to get in and fight a man for real, with no script, with no nothing. So he was talking about challenging, bringing some other wrestler guys over to challenge me. I was saying, come bring it then. This is the real shit over here. If you want to come over, we can fight, no problem. And then a few of them are talking about the street and all. If they want to do that, come at me and see what happens. That might have been a bit ruthless of me to say, but again, it ain't trash talk, it's true talk.
Conor McGregor, he's taking shots at really not just one of you guys, all of you guys across the board. He's had a few things to say. What's your response to what McGregor's been saying?
You know, it's funny. I almost don't even want to respond. I won't say his name because it's obvious that he's trolling WWE to, create a buzz for this fight he's got coming up.
To your arena.
Like I said, I don't want to spend any more time talking about that little guy from, he's cute and all.
December 2024, Conor McGregor claimed to have reached preliminary agreements for a boxing exhibition against Logan Paul in India. He mentioned the involvement of the Amani family, notably Mukesh Amani, one of the world's wealthiest individuals, in organizing the event. McGregor stated, "I have agreed. I will then seek my return to the octagon." Despite these assertions, skepticism remains regarding the fights. Fia's ability.
I'm just saying, for the UFC to grant Conor McGregor the right to fight Logan Paul, and Dana hates the Pauls. You know how Dana holds grudges. We know how he holds grudges. For him to be in cahoots with the Paul brothers in any facet, that blows me.
Hey guys, welcome to some breaking news, and this is pretty bonkers. This is coming from Conor McGregor. He says the rumors of a bout with Topuria are false. I am in preliminary agreements with the Urbani family to face Logan Paul in a boxing exhibition in India. I have agreed. I will then seek my return to the octagon. Now, there is no way I can't see this happening if Conor has agreed, because Conor is going to be the biggest stumbling block. There is no way Logan Paul turns down this opportunity.
Conor McGregor's an average MMA fighter and a horrible boxer. I'm going to beat the shit out of his Dylan, and then I'm going to beat the shit out of him.
McGregor is currently under contract with the UFC, which typically restricts fighters from participating in external combat sports without approval, while exceptions have been made, such as McGregor's 2017 boxing match against Floyd Mayweather, or any bout with Logan Paul would likely require UFC's involvement.
I want to talk to you about your fight with Conor McGregor.
He's the Caucasian Floyd Mayweather. You know, he's a knockoff version, but
it's a great goddamn comparison right there.
Yeah.
It may be the funniest thing I've ever.
Yeah, he's a hell of a knockoff version.
There has to be a level of respect now, after that, because after
I take my hat off to him.
Yeah.
I mean, he a dog.
The best moment for me was after that fight, when you guys hugged after the fight, and he was like, I'm mad that they stopped it. You should have just put me down. He said, I didn't have no legs.
I mean, I want the man to have a career after me.
Yeah.
It sounded good when the fight was over.
Yeah.
You know, when I was digging off in his ass, he was like, you know.
What is the conversation about you going into the octagon? Is that a real conversation?
Anything is possible. I can go get a deal right now from the UFC. Probably $3, $5 billion deal if that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Additionally, Logan Paul's recent personal commitments may impact the likelihood of this matchup in September 2024. Paul and his fiancée Nina Agdal welcomed their first child. Paul has since expressed a focus on family life, stating, "I'm retired, I'm a dad, bro," when discussing future combat sports involvement.
Do that shit.
And you got to do it has to be WrestleMania. That shit is crazy.
WrestleMania in Vegas.
Like 100,000 people, bro.
Allegiant Stadium. Yeah, it's gonna go crazy. Yeah, you should do something.
Are you gonna be back in time for that? No.
Brother, come on. I'm retired. I'm a dad, bro.
He's taking time off.
I'm a dad.
Pops. Yeah.
Within 4 minutes of this child being born, I felt a love, an endless, infinite love, instantaneously that I've never felt in my life. I love 2 women in my life, Nina and my mom. All of a sudden, there's a third little woman here who instantaneously has my entire soul. She's lit my being on fire, and I would do anything for her.
Reports suggest that the proposed exhibition could yield substantial earnings, with each fighter potentially earning £250 million. This figure would surpass McGregor's previous highest payday from his bout with Mayweather. The event is rumored to be planned for Mumbai's Wada Stadium, indicating ambitions for a large-scale international spectacle.
They confirmed it. So Conor McGregor is due to fight Logan Paul, not to be confused with Jake Paul, in India for $250 million each. You ain't making your money back. So this is from MacLife Official, who's one of my faves. They're salt of the earth people. Conor McGregor and Logan Paul are featured as part of the historic Visit India tourism campaign, so it's government funded, yeah? It's a clash in Mumbai, iconic stadium. The two will be rewarded for their efforts, with McGregor set to walk away with $250 million. That's more than to fight Floyd.
Fight music. Floyd Conor McGregor, who has fought in multiple weight classes, such as featherweight and lightweight, is set to face Logan Paul, whose natural weight is around 200 pounds. Despite this considerable weight difference, McGregor has confirmed a preliminary agreement to take on Paul in an exhibition boxing match in India, supported by the Ambani family.
Exhibition, they're obviously going to try and get close, but I have no idea where that kind of meeting point is going to be. Conor's up at like 170 odd now, so perhaps they can kind of get around that 190 range, 200 range. I'm really not sure, but yeah, an exhibition. I mean, straight away, my first thoughts are, how legit is this going to be? Because Conor's not going to want to sign for something where he's going to be made to look stupid. Logan... Logan wouldn't mind losing to Conor.
Both Conor McGregor and Logan Paul are renowned not only for their fighting skills, but also for their exceptional marketing abilities. McGregor's fights have consistently drawn massive pay-per-view numbers, while Logan Paul has leveraged his vast social media following to generate significant attention for his boxing endeavors. Their potential matchup is anticipated to be a major box office attraction, combining their substantial fan bases and promotional talents.
And I mean, on paper, this sounds fantastic, right? This is going to be a great fight. But then you think about who's fighting. Arguably 2 of the greatest marketers in martial arts history. Of course, we have McGregor, who can sell tickets with his eyes closed, and Logan Paul, who's going to use all of his social media power to get everyone under the age of 15 to buy the pay-per-view. And I think every single person knows exactly how this is going to play out. This fight is going to be set sometime in late 2025 or 2026. McGregor's going to start talking shit early, make personal attacks, yada yada yada. Logan's going to make it his entire personality and keep keep posting videos on social media to promote it and also make some attacks at McGregor. Then they're going to have these crazy, extravagant press conferences where it gets really heated and they're arguing and they're just going back and forth at one another. And then it's going to be marketed as the biggest fight of all time. There's going to be so much anticipation built up around it. People just can't wait until that day comes. Then finally, it's time for fight night. All the prelims are pretty good. They have like a 20-minute walkout. And it's the most underwhelming fight you've ever seen. And I'll just imagine that Jake wins, Conor gets millions of dollars, and the next day we're talking about the fight being rigged once again. That's exactly how it's going to play out. We've been here like 8 times. Don't fall for it. This fight is going to suck.
For years ago, Dana White was resolute in his stance that there was zero chance of a fight between Conor McGregor and Logan Paul happening. He dismissed the notion, stressing the importance of upholding the sport's integrity. However, the landscape of combat sports has shifted, and now the highly anticipated bout between McGregor and Paul is scheduled for next year.
On the percentage scale from 0 to 100, what are the chances that Jake Paul ever fights Conor McGregor?
0.
0?
Yeah.
Never happened.
Listen, man, I get it. These kids, listen, both these kids, him and his brother, have done a good job of injecting themselves into the fight world. I am a huge Boston Celtics fan, okay? I love Nate Robinson. Nate's awesome, okay?
Right.
Have you ever seen basketball fights? Have you ever seen when fights break out in the basketball court?
Yep.
Yeah. Some of the shittiest fights you'll ever see in your life, okay?
AK. Because usually every day there's a Conor tweet. And usually it's something about a fight that probably could never happen. And the day just goes on, right? We go on, we read the tweet, or we see it in our Slack channel. We're just like, okay, he's just saying things. And then we just, maybe we create a graphic, and then that's really all the chatter about it. I go to the gym this morning, and when the workout ends, I go to my phone. Literally, every news outlet on planet Earth that I have on my phone has sent an alert out. Breaking news, Conor McGregor is not fighting in the UFC. He's agreed to box Logan Paul in India in a boxing match. And I'm like, wait a second.
This shift highlights how the appeal of high-profile entertainment-driven events can change. Even the firmest of stances fans are eagerly awaiting to see how this unexpected matchup will unfold and whether it will live up to the hype.
5 pounds smaller or whatever the hell he was, Nate Robinson, and trying to take on Conor McGregor are 2 different things. It's like his brother. You know, I said earlier this week, his brother lost to the video game kid from England.
Right.
Now you're going to fight Floyd Mayweather? That gets you a fight with Floyd Mayweather? That's pretty crazy. But I get it. There's a lot of money in it. There's a market for those kind of fights. It's not what I do.
All the right buzzwords in there, didn't he? Again, Logan Paul, you know, you name one of the Paul brothers these days, you're going to get some social media, some bounce right there. The Ambani family, like I said, one of the wealthiest families in the entire world. Again, and anyone that hadn't heard of them definitely heard of them this past summer. So like they have reached well beyond India. I mean, they're just an extraordinarily famous family now. Again, they already were. So I say now, I say there's just more people on our side of the pond that have heard of them now. Of course, they were insanely famous before. And then even mentions Topuria. That was cheeky. Like, oh, that throwing out like 2 rumors at once. You know, it's not like, oh yeah, that was that rumor.
Where did that come from?
I don't even know.
I haven't heard that rumor, and I work in the MMA.
Former UFC heavyweight Brendan Shaw has cautioned McGregor about underestimating Logan Paul. Shaw suggests that if McGregor does not prepare earnestly and continues his current lifestyle, he could face unexpected challenges against Paul, who possesses a significant size advantage.
I mean, athletically, Logan's a lot more athletic. As far as legit competition, Dylan's way more qualified. You look at, 4-time world champion jiu-jitsu as a brown belt, compete at black belt, compete in ADCC. He's a lot more accomplished, but it's just jiu-jitsu. He's never been known as a striker. Then you look at Logan, obviously been in bigger entertainment spectacles as far as, he did fight Floyd Mayweather, who's a smaller boxer, but that's a lot of pressure. And then he does WWE, which isn't real, but it's still an athletic event.
Yeah, he did really good.
And there's a lot of eyeballs. You tend to side towards Logan on this. right?
I would.
Yeah, I find myself rooting for Dylan a little bit just because all the bullshit he's been through. You see, he's sober now. There's a good person in there.
I mean, if you're putting money on it, you're putting it on Logan, right?
No, because the odds.
So
minus
-450 for Logan, plus 330 for Dylan.
So when I worked for Showtime, the Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather fight, I
Yep.
was like the Logan Paul expert, right? So I had to go in and interview Logan, and I go in there, I was like, oh, I bet there's gonna be a train wreck. They're gonna be so nervous fighting Floyd Mayweather. I walk in there, and it was like a yoga studio. They had like incense burning. It was real calm. And Logan's like, what's up, man? I'm like, dude, you fight in 30 minutes. He's like, isn't it cool? I'm like, I guess. Shouldn't you, like, warm up? He's like, yeah, it's all good, man.
I did a couple downward dogs. I'm good.
No, I thought he was going to be nervous. He goes, I've already won, dude. I'm not nervous at all. I've already won.
Whoa.
He goes, I'm a YouTuber. I'm fighting Floyd Mayweather.
Cool.
Yeah. I've already won, dude. He's like, whatever happens, all good.
What an attitude.
But I look over, he's like, can you talk to my dad? Though I look at dad, and he's just, like, sweating.
So nervous.
And I was like, listen, your son's going to be fine. Floyd's tiny. He's not going to give him brain trauma. If he hurts him, it's going to be to the body. He'll be fine. He's like, you think? I was like, yeah, he'll be fine. He's going to have liver damage and internal bleeding. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he can overcome that.